Help! Help! Help me! It's had enough. He's like, whatever the is going on here, I am not dealing with this today. No, thank you. Let's get this. Buff Daddy. Buff Daddy, help me out, pal. Ladies and gentlemen, off the back of a wonderful recommendation from Mr. Finn, we are checking out some Destruction Warlock. I've had a really weird relationship with Destruction, as it always felt to me like a shit fire mage, and it still feels that way. I wish I could get the understanding of what people love about this spec. Is it the big numbers? Even though Chaos Bolt doesn't hit that hard, like it does go boom when it hits. It's the guaranteed crit, like we got after playing Elemental, which I just played literally a couple of hours ago. That certainly satisfies that itch much more. But I will say this though, just the overall Warlock feel is so much better. It feels, although, and I know some of you pointed this out during Demonology, it's because it's kind of gone back to how it was, which is fine. If Blizzard went too far with design and needed to pull it back into what people preferred, that's okay. It's as long as it's not abusive, right? That's my take on it. It's just like, let's just keep taking away, and then eventually we'll give some stuff back. Ha 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 ha, and then people will praise us for it. I don't feel like with the Warlock that's the case. Not to say that they've not done things like that in the past. What are you doing back here, friend? Am I going to have to Chaos Bolt you in the face? I think I will. But let's talk a little bit about Destro for people who don't play Warlocks and really enjoyed me kind of giving a little oversight as to how these specs work. It is more of the mage style class. We did get Cataclysm back there. The mage style class of the Warlock. It's about bursty big hits, but it still contains that Warlock flavor, which is what I really like. So it generally revolves around a singular dot, which is Immolate. You can have more, but this is what you really want to go with. And you're building these soul shards. You can see I'm generating them here. You can have up to 5. And then you get choices to do with your soul shards. So one of the things we could do is, what it's particularly known for with the Destro Warlock is havocing things. So if I put havoc on that target, and I fire a... Oh, this group's dying. Hold on. Hold on. Let's res the tank. Tank's released. That's unfortunate. We're out. I'll be back in a second. Help! Help! Help me! There it is. Okay, good. As I was saying, we're going to have to actually abuse our ability to drain life here, because we're using... I have swapped over to Threads of Fate, considering all the stuff we're doing. We're going to drop a Rain of Fire in here, which is a 3 Soul Shard cost. It is the Rain of Fire AoE. It will do good damage. It's very nice. As I was saying, what we could do is... Oh, God, we've got more dudes. Right, if I put Havoc on here... And I Chaos Bolt, I know this isn't ideal, but I'm just showing you. You'll see 2 Chaos Bolts fly out. Whee! Very cool. That's one of the things that the Destruction Warlock is primarily known for now, since for a very, very, very long time. It's been like the staple feature of them. Doesn't feel as effective anymore because Chaos Bolt doesn't hit that hard, but still, it's nice. It still feels good, and that's what I like about it. It still feels good to fire off those Chaos Bolts and to set it up and build your shards up for it and all that kind of good stuff. It's certainly something I think is of merit. Let's put it that way. It's of merit. It's still a feel-good spell, despite it maybe not being as effective as it used to be back in the day, which is more than fine. But we have a few talents here which are cool. One is Channel Demon Fire, which Finn recommended. So this will hit everything that has Immolate on it. And considering our Cataclysm spell actually puts Immolate on all the targets, pairs really nicely. I mean, it's a really good, satisfying spell to do. Let's interrupt that if our Fell Hunter could get in there, which he can't. Whoa! Get out of here. Oh, this is messy. This is a lack of interrupts. Let's stun everything. So I love it. Right, let's burn all these and Demon Fire them. Burn, Demon Fire, Demon Fire, Demon Fire. And that was a mistake. Like, we're not surviving here. Oh dear. Let's use what we can here to survive. Hold on. What is this? Oh, so Teela's left. He's had enough. He's like, whatever the fuck is going on here, I am not dealing with this today. No, thank you. This is a null. But what level are we now? We are 56 on this Warlock. He's well on his way to reaching the cap point. It looks like we might be in for one of those dungeons that just makes like very little sense in terms of what is actually happening. Are we actually going to pull? He's got a Bulwark though, so everything should have been fine. Apparently not. Oh, we have a healer, a mage who's joined, who's called himself COVID. What a genius. I thought of COVID-19 and thought, what a great character name. It wasn't the healer who left. That's fine. The healer stuck around, actually. We lost our mage friend. So, luckily we have a new one. And this guy's called Frosty Pedo. What's happening? What's happening? Okay? Why have you decided to call yourself Frosty Pedo and COVID? I beg that you are young teenagers. I beg with all my heart. Yeah, I'm severely unconvinced that that might be the case. I'm severely unconvinced. Oh, let's swap the Void Walker over. Now we seem to be going a little slower. Seems good. Let's take it easy here. I have doubts. I have doubts. I'm actually just completely baffled now that we end up in this scenario. I mean, I have to report these now, and like I know people are going to go, "What are you reporting for?" Because that's fucked up. You shouldn't be going around calling yourself a paedophile in the game, or COVID. You know, a lot of people have died. It's not that funny. Not that funny. In my mind, anyway. And I can go with my own mind. That's fine. All right, let's burn everything. That seems like the solution to everything is to set it on fire. If in doubt, guys, we're just going to burn everything. That's how we'll solve most things. I like it. That is my solution to it. Coming back here, though, I have chosen Threads of Fate, and I've gone with Night Fae here. Little bottom on that, but I don't think I'm going to stick with it. Like, I find Soul Rot to be, like, painfully boring, which is a real shame. I don't want to do that in my life. It's not that fun. Let's throw a Havoc out. Why not? It's not going to last. But it's... Yeah. I like that. I mean, we did just get some utility out of it. Semi-useful utility. Let's fear these away. Actually having to cast Fear. This is mind-blowing. Actually having to cast Fear. Can you just go away? Fuck me. One taunt. Come on, dude. Let's get this. Buff Daddy. Buff Daddy. Help me out, pal. I don't like having these little pissant mobs lying around on me. Maybe I should just go into melee. Uh-oh. Oh, well, I mean, we can watch this unfold, can't we, guys? Let's all watch with bated breath as to how this plays out. They're thinking about it. What to do, what to do. Apparently just stay over there. There it is. Okay. That took a long time to decide from our attack there. I would have pulled that a long time ago, if I'm being honest with you. I would have just gone in and dealt with that scenario. There was no way those guys had the confidence to get through there, which is fine. That is what's going to happen in your pugs. Just wait and see what's going to happen. We did get some double chaos bolts going, so that's fine. Situation is resolved. Although I don't have Cataclysm now, which really annoys me. Going into packs, when's it got? 5 seconds left? Okay. Let's try and just generate a couple of shards here, because we're going to Cataclysm here, and then we're going to burn everything. Burn, baby, burn! I really still stand by. I remember when I made my Legion class preview on the Destruction Warlock, and actually one of the lead class designer at the time actually reached out to me. Thankful of spotting exactly what they were going for with the talent trees for the Warlock, but still did not agree that Channel Demon Fire should be able to be cast on the move. That was something I was really adamant about. It's like, this spell just feels, with the way it works, that it should absolutely be castable on the move. And I would really I think it would be so much more fun. You gotta remember, this was a class that used to be able to cast Incinerate just on running around. And it was super cool. Nobody hated it, but Blizzard did. Which is often the case. Nobody was complaining about it, but Blizzard wasn't happy about it. Like right now, right? You know what it's doing? What it's going to do, it's travel around. Like, say, I would like to save my Channel Demon Fire for that moment. Other than that, Destruction still feels to me like a stylistic choice more than anything else. Can we... What's the solution here? What we could do is this. Oh, it's going back. Never mind. I'm going for it. It's going to die anyway. And then I'm going to do that. Way! Having teleport back. Woohoo! If I'd thought further ahead, I could have absolutely just done that in the first place. Although it's probably normal. It doesn't actually hurt you in any single way whatsoever. So it's all good. I don't think I would stick with this spec. I think if I was raiding on this spec, I'd actually be pretty pissed. Now, I know this... When I say that, I'm well aware, because this has happened literally every expansion since Mr. Pandaria, is I've said something similar. It's just not a spec that agrees with me. But I'm fully aware that when I say that, I get a lot of angry comments. Don't be angry at me because I don't like something you don't like. Come on, man. It's a meme in popular culture for a reason. Like, stop getting all upset about shit. Alright? About fucking Destruction Warlock. Stop it. Just relax. It's fine. It's fine. It just doesn't appeal to me. That's fine. If every spec appealed to me in World of Warcraft, that wouldn't be any fun. Right? That wouldn't be any fun. I have lots of choices. I prefer Demonology for sure. Oh, God, I wish I Cataclysmed here. Whatever. We're not going to Demon Fire these primary targets anyway. We're not too bothered about these little ones. We'll get rid of them. It's all good. Do you know what I mean? If it's a case, I do feel this is the case where I talk to some people sometimes, is that they do feel like every spec should be appealing to them. Or it should be really good to them. That would never work. That would be terrible. That would be absolutely awful. Now, this, I'm going to be surprised if we don't fail here. My history of running this dungeon recently is that this is a disaster, and we're fine. Okay. Sure. Why not? It's the first time for everything. I'll take it. Let's get a portal down in case we have to go in. We don't have... I'm going to soul rot here, but I am going to save my Cataclysm for all the little lads. There's the Blood Torrent. Good stuff. So what my plan is here is going to do Stone Call. I'm going to do a wonderful Cataclysm. This is the kind of thing I do like about Demonology, is Destruction, is we can Cataclysm here and then burn into all of them. And that should do really, really nice burst damage for us. Let's get in with this. That's the thing I do enjoy. And whenever spec offers you that kind of setup, I'm really very happy. Because it's super fun to pull that stuff off. It's just be like, right, I've got this little simple combo, and it's really simple. It's going to be just Cataclysm, which hits really hard, hits everything, puts Immolate on them, synergize it with a Channel Demon Fire, and we're going to absolutely pump that area of the room. And that's the kind of stuff that makes me happy. I don't think it ever needs to be complicated. Can we get a nice Cataclysm here? Yeah, this will do. Nice. Let's go to a Channel Demon Fire there, and then we'll probably pull off a Rain of Fire here, actually. Looking at it. I don't think we're going to get a decent Soul Rot dot off, but that's fine. Let's try. Let's see what we get. Let's see what we get. Not the best, but it'll do. Didn't do the sickest AoE in the world, but more than enough for our character's ability. More than enough. Oh, we're pulling back round. Nice, nice. We're going to individually immolate these targets. Which is easily the worst. I'm going to use a defensive cooldown here because I'm not moving. In fact, I have aggro, which is fine. I should have expected that. We will put a Rain of Fire down in here. We'll Cataclysm anyway. Why not? I mean, it's there to be used. Let's blast. We're blasting enemies. Interrupt this spell. Good stuff. Don't want anybody wrecking us. This took a lot longer to bring down than I thought, which is fine. That's why we used those cooldowns there. Ooh. Did we have a vent there? I've seen somebody using one of these. Someone's vent there. Is it the Enhancement Shaman? I would imagine it is. Because... Oh, not. Maybe the mages? Yeah, there we go. Awesome. Let's go. Now, one thing I do miss from when I did some testing on this during the alpha and the beta is not having aggro. I don't miss that too much. I don't miss tanking bosses. That's not something I miss. Why can't I cast my Cataclysm? There we go. Is the chain spawn of Infernals, which is one of the things that we actually had to call out as this is kind of bullshit, Blizz, as many people will know, was the chain casting of Infernals that procced off each other, and you could get like 4 or 5 Infernals raining from the sky. It really did get very out of hand very, very quickly. So I'm kind of glad to see that gone, although it was funny. Unquestionably, it was funny to have that effect happening. The way the Infernals worked was spending soul shards. I mean, there still is an element of that, but it doesn't proc anywhere near as much as it did, which actually generates more and more and more and more Infernals. And the more Infernals procced more Infernals, and it just went fucking insane to the point where your totem bar was entirely full with Infernals. It was a very fun thing, actually. Jokes aside. Got some, again, we're doing some AoE here. I've noticed this. I have done a few dungeons now on Spires, where there's this is lack of communication. We talk about this a lot in Mythic Plus, about what's trying to achieve. The tank knows what he wants to do, but he's not going to say anything. And what I've noticed in the last few dungeons I've done He's just put out now, actually, in the message. He typed it after he got into position, which is obviously too late. What he wants to have happen, and it's not letting the rest of the group know. And it is the tax responsibility to have that happen. Now, alternatively, I could ask, because, like, do you want to do X and Y or not? But it makes it very awkward, because it's often, like, what's happening now? Like, what are we doing? I don't really know. I'm just going to start AoEing everything, because that's what makes sense to me, given the scenario is... If DPS is split, we're probably not going to deal with this, so let's just crack on with it. I mean, possibly, because it's normal mode and it's such low health, this would actually work. Ooh, it's close. It's close, for sure. It's very, very close. Well, not quite. See, for now, I mean, at this point, we should just be out AoEing everything, right? I mean, this is just going to last forever. I'm going to go out and do what I can here. Burn everything. Burn the world. Who knows? Maybe it'll shave a part of this off, but I highly doubt it. Let's work on these guys over here. Oh, don't convert it before I swap it. Yeah, baby. Come on. And there's 2 more left. We might be okay now, actually. Potentially. Probably not, but who knows? Who knows? Lack of communication is everything in these dungeons. It really is what causes all the mistakes. But then again, when you're rocking with a Frosty Pedo and COVID, who knows what's going to come of your day? That's all. That is the great mystery that comes with it. Not a spec I'm going to revisit, I don't think, Destruction. Not for a while, anyway. Not unless it has something new and flavoursome. I kind of think the spec has remained the same for a really long time. I am actually fine with that. Despite what I've just said, you might be like, oh, well, you're not going to... Do you not wish it did X and Y? No, not really. I just don't think this is a spec for me. And a lot of people I know really, really enjoy this spec, including Finn. Finn, who recommended we go and play some of this. Ugh. It's channeling the Demon Fire, dude. I don't want to move. So for me, it's a case of, if it's not broke, don't fix it. It might not be my favourite, but that's fine. I actually do want to get back into Affliction and have a play with that. I'm really curious about this sort of Affliction playstyle where you're holding onto your spells for a really long period of time. And as we're so close to cap now, we're going to get to mess around with that and see what's happening with it. So I want to get into that a little bit. I've done a good 4 hours of Demonology. I want to go back to that when I've got some gear. So we can actually see where it's scaling up to and how far it falls behind when actually playing with, you know, people who can smash face. That would be my next idyllic scenario, but it's not bad. I've enjoyed playing around with it for a little bit, but I'm more than ready to say goodbye. I am more than ready to say goodbye to our Destruction friend. And hopefully get some actual gear. Ooh, 128. Look at that. Our level 100. Okay, now let's replace that 98 ring. Beautiful. Beautiful. Little Destruction Warlock. Again, leave in the comments which ones you think I'm going to like. I'm going to try some Feral Druid, I think, and have some fun with that as well. So thank you very much for watching, guys. I'll see you again. I'm going to have to report these names now. Bye-bye.